Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Hello everyone! Welcome to the SCNOTV podcast for Rebels Season 4, Episode 9, Rebel Assault. I'm your host Cleo. With me I have John and Sam.
Hello.
Hello! Mid-season finale. The only episode this season that's run by itself.
Which is weird.
Minutes and not like 2 parts.
Yeah. I thought maybe they'd go over a little bit, like pull a extended episode thing, but no, it was the 30 minutes. And I was just like, what? No! I need more. Yeah. And it started off with X-Wings!
Just unceremoniously just showed up.
Yeah. No, not unceremoniously, because it's the... Besides the massive fleet blockade of Star Destroyers, so many Star Destroyers.
Mm-hmm.
They roll up, and it's just, and I was just like, X-Wings! I started screaming at the television.
They were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And they did those shots of them in the cockpit just like the freaking movies.
I know.
Yeah. And like the way they kind of jostled around and stuff, and yeah, that was really cool.
And Harry says, like, S-foils in attack positions. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, the space battles were very impressive this episode. Didn't last for very long.
No.
No.
But they were done beautifully.
They were.
They managed to break the blockade, so
they
did.
Good
on them.
Which is, so Thrawn was all like confident and stuff when he's like, Price, don't worry, nothing's getting to the planet's surface. And then they broke the blockade, and I was like, haha, take that. And then he's like, they'll have to face the second wave, and I was like, oh, of course, of course he's got
a lot of TIE fighters.
I was gonna say a plan for that. I didn't expect anything less from them, or less from Thrawn. Especially in this, like, knowing that it would probably be Hera leading the attack. I don't know. So and she was. So he knows her, or he knows how bold she is. So.
Mm-hmm. And she pulled some risky business moves with the smoke and the loop-de-loop.
I love what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But she had to get off that TIE Defender.
Yeah. He was too fast.
But she went up and held it, just like, I was thinking of, like, Rey doing that in The Force Awakens, just like you pull up and you hold for a second, and I was like, ah! And she knew, and then kept going. I was like, oh my god! I was like, and I was, you know what? Oh, this was something that I was, like, wanting to comment on, but I wasn't paying enough attention. Between the fact of, like, who called her, like, a captain and, like, general.
Yes.
Because a lot of the times she was referred to as general in those things. I was like, oh, she's a general now. And I was thinking of, like, in that moment where it's like, General Syndulla reports you blah, 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 in Rogue One when they say that. And you already kind of know, but, like, you know, they said General Syndulla. So I was like, oh, good. So I was, like, I was listening in on that and, like, getting excited about that specifically.
Who called her captain? Oh, was that Thrawn called her captain?
He just called her Syndulla. I don't know if he called her captain or general. It didn't matter. I don't think he, made a distinction. Mm-hmm. So, but I felt like, you know, actually the only distinction was between the Rebel pilots and, like, some of them, like, Commander Syndulla versus General Syndulla. So, but, like, a few people were calling her general, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is a thing, and, like, this ties in line to what we hear in Rogue One, where it's, like, General Syndulla, and I'm like, you hear it at Yavin 4, and you're like, okay, thinking of that, but how far advanced is she, and, like, where is this all, you know? So, anyway, I was just paying attention to that.
Yeah, and Mart, who crashes with her, he calls her
Yep.
General. I did remember that at the end. He calls her
He's
General.
like, "No, sorry, blah blah blah." Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, if we have anything to go by, it's still like, squad leader during a mission is general in Star Wars because they don't use general the same way we do all the time.
Mm.
So.
Yeah. But the second wave shot down all of the X-Wings, and that was really just a eerie shot of the group on the ground watching all the X-Wings crash.
Yeah.
That was super, unsettling.
Yeah.
Knew it was coming. They're like, oh, shit. Yeah, no, I knew it was coming from a mile away. And you're like, oh, no. But it was coming.
Mm-hmm. And poor Kanan, I just wanted to say, Kanan, it's okay, she has plot armor. It's fine. It's gonna be all right.
It'll be okay. She'll figure it out. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say?
No, it's fine. I'm just nervous is all.
Yeah, very. Because Kanan goes back to help, but is stopped by the Lothwolf. And Kanan, obviously, all he says was his name again, Doom.
Want to know something scary?
Yes.
He didn't.
What'd he say?
Because someone with the closed captioning said this time the closed captioning actually said DOOM.
Ha! I knew it. The first time I said he said Doom, and he did. Wrong Doom.
The second time he said DUME in that other episode, and now he said DOOM. That could just be nothing. That could just be the closed captioning being incorrect. But the fact that it's inconsistent bothers me.
Yeah, and
on a deeply emotional level.
Well, I think the closed captionings go by. If I'm wrong, I'm probably wrong. For scripted shows, go by the script. Obviously, for non-scripted shows, it's different.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it goes by the script, and I bet you anything it's spelt 2 different ways on the script.
Could be.
Oh, just so much chills from that. Because it really felt like they had an entire conversation in those couple seconds. Because Kanan's just like, okay, I understand. What do you need me to do? It's like, oh, what?
Well,
Tell me, please.
I mean, they stopped and he said, no, I need to go back. And I was like, of course he does. And then he gets stopped by the Lothwolf. And I'm like, there is something you need to do. He's like, okay, what do you need me to do? And we still don't know because there is something yet to be seen to do. But
for Kanan specifically.
Exactly. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, anyway, I mean, it was so, like, you have to have trust, at least for Hera, to know that she'll get through this, and she knows what she's doing, and to navigate through this. But at the same time, he's like, what do I need to do? And I'm like, what are they going to do for him? What is it that they're trying to guide him towards? I don't know, and I don't understand. So, and that's kind of the whole point of, like, a mid-season finale where you're, like, left off of going, what are you doing? You know? So.
Yeah, and that was such a way to leave off at the end of the episode where Kanan's with Mart and Chopper, and they drive away, and Kanan's just like, yeah, we've got stuff to do. It's just like, what? Tell me! What is it? I need to know!
No, and that was the thing. He was like, I understand now what I need to do.
Yeah.
So you go over here and I'll go do my thing. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So. But you know, specifically for Hera, he's like, I have to go back for her, blah, 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 blah. And they stopped and they all paused. And I was really, really surprised about that because it was a moment, and it was a moment for Kanan, and it was a moment between Kanan and Ezra, because the two of them, like, they have a dynamic in the sense of, like, Ezra would just come with him and do whatever he had to do, and he understands, like, no, this is something you need to do specifically. And that was it. Because they knew it was, like, not a good idea to go back to the city and try and do whatever he was going to do. But he couldn't leave Hera.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it was also because Ezra really connected with the Loth Wolf, and I think he understands that that's Kanan's thing. Like, he really tried to help, the Loth Wolf,
but
and when it came to
Loth Wolf was going to intervene again, and at that point, he just said,
I don't know.
Like, yeah, he's like,
I think he feels
I
it.
think if he had been like, yeah, you go do that thing, and like, but in that moment, they went as far as they could, and he's like, no, I have to go back and help Hera, and he's like, I understand. Okay, we gotta go. We're gonna go this way, and you're gonna do what you gotta do. So I was like, it kind of tore my heart a little bit, because I felt like Ezra should go with him because he's an apprentice, and I felt like the two of them are so connected. But this is a different kind of thing that Kanan needs to do. So I was like, okay, he doesn't need his apprentice. He doesn't need that part of the Force with him necessarily, even though I think that would help him. He doesn't need that with him. This is what he's going to do instead. So, but I felt like, oh no, when you don't have the master and the apprentice together, I was like, no, this doesn't feel right. So,
but I think this is such an amazing display of how that relationship grows and changes, because every master apprentice we've seen in this universe has been either ended in tragedy. No, it's all like kind of ended in tragedy. Right. So to see it naturally mature to a master and he's still his apprentice, but like
they're on even footing almost.
Like, he's very capable. So it's nice to see a mature version of this relationship, unlike Anakin, who's a tiny baby.
Right.
Still pretty sure Kanan's dead.
Stop! God, you're the worst.
I'm pretty sure he's going to sacrifice himself to save Hera, and that's what the wolf was telling him.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Like, you have to die so she lives.
There's an understanding, though. There's an understanding. I mean, there's an understanding between him and Ezra. There's this innate understanding of each other, and I love that. And like, he's like, "Come, center yourself." But they don't even need to do that anymore. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
They really are a good master and apprentice. And I'm like, I don't want to see what's gonna become of that.
You see, I don't
want to see tragedy from that, because you guys are a good master and apprentice, and you understand and trust one another to do certain things. That is the big thing, and we didn't even see that with Anakin and Obi-Wan, in the sense of like, I trust so-and-so to go and do this ridiculous cockamamie thing, but I trust them to go do this thing. At this point, Ezra and Kanan have gone beyond that. Like, he knows that, Kanan can trust him in that respect. And I'm like, So, it makes me so, like, I don't know.
And I don't think that if Kanan dies, I don't think that it's going to be so small scale as just sacrificing himself for Hera. I think whatever this is has to do with the big picture. Not just the war, but the Force.
Yeah.
Like, it can't just be you have to sacrifice yourself to save Hera. I think it's big picture.
Yeah, it's probably
big picture
he would
stuff.
do to save Hera, but he would do to save Ezra too. Mm-hmm. He would do it in a heartbeat to save Ezra. Mm-hmm. Like, not even a consideration. Which Ezra would be upset about, but he was like, no, I'll do this thing to save the people that I love.
Yeah.
This is what I need to do.
It's always going to come to that, because everyone's lives are always in danger. But the Force keeps drawing him back to this planet, and I feel like it's got to be bigger picture than that. And I want to understand the Force more, and I want it to be something that gives us a little bit of, like, an insight.
Yeah, it would be nice. But, like, my brain keeps just going to, like, well, they need to have a reason why Kanan never trained Luke. They need a real good reason for that. Because they would have been like, oh, you're working on this Jedi thing. We know a guy, as a matter of fact. He's really good. Can't see, but blue lightsaber just like yours, so I think you'll get along. Is that how that works with you people. I didn't mean to say you people. Council meeting. We're gonna have a rebel council meeting. Gotta call Mon Mothma. I will see you later, Mr. Skywalker. Shit.
Yeah, there has to be a reason why. Yeah, why he's never called. Why either of them are ever called.
Yeah, what are they doing for episodes 4, 5, and 6 that they're busy?
Oh, that's an entirely different conversation. That is entirely different. So
Ezra has to stay on Lothal and press a button every 24 hours so the world doesn't explode.
Planet doesn't and Thrawn's just like, this is your fate.
It's like, how is it that we don't have any crobby paths here, and etc. etc. It's like so stupid, but yeah, it's the truth. I don't know.
Yeah. In this episode, we got a nice little. We don't get the same kind of Ezra Zeb banter that we've had in past seasons, but the whole hop on, and then Zeb is just like, that's not how this works. He lifts him up and he puts him on the back.
Go back here. I loved that. That was great.
And it was such a small, short, little thing, but it's like that's Ezra and Zeb. Yeah, it's just a nice character moment. Oh my god, the assassin. We should probably talk about him. Rook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite the fight they had.
Woo! I have never seen Hera fight like that. Have we?
Man.
No. She just like
pulled
it out.
We were talking about it's really good and in that sense classy for them to illustrate as such. But like we were talking about like Hera, and then she fought Governor Price hand on hand, and that we hadn't seen that, and that was something really impressive.
Yeah, Sabine last season.
And we see it here where like Hera, like she can handle herself against this guy or against this assassin, and I was like, oh shit. Like, and you know, maybe just like an observer / watcher, like you don't know what to expect, and then he comes after her, and like she can handle herself though. And there was like 2 instances of hand-to-hand combat, and she definitely could handle herself in that respect, and I thought it was super cool that they even did that. I was like, yes, I appreciate that they did that. It's important that they do that, and just the same way they did it for Sabine, I just thought it was super important. I don't know. I was just like blown away by that, and I thought that was super cool. You're like, but I held my heart in my chest, going, Hera, when he like jumps down, and like, but like they have like a fight kind of thing, but she can take care of herself in the best way she can, and then it goes back to whatever it is. But I was like, oh shit, she can keep him away, and I don't know. I just was very impressed by what they did. So
yeah, it makes me think that. She either trained with Sabine or like they all trained hand to hand, like as rebels. But it must just be something.
Look at her dad.
Oh, good point.
I mean, think about it. If you got raised by that guy, he wasn't letting his daughter leave the house without knowing how to fight.
Yeah,
you're not leaving the house until you kick that guy's ass. He just points to some random person on the street.
And this guy's,
exactly.
I don't have. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I mean, she does like really easily knock a lot of dudes out. Now that I think about it, on their like stealth covert stuff.
Yeah.
She doesn't just use her pistol.
Yeah. But and I just thought that again, it was just very well coordinated, and the dynamic of the tension of like her holding and like going forward, and then like, oh my god, I was like, she's trying to go forward, and like she almost got it, and then it's like Sabine, because he sees her and like confronting her and like the combat, and he's like, I really thought they did that very, very well.
Yeah, and she did the I like to call it the Black Widow maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Puts the legs around the neck and they just twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Pulls them right down.
Which
use your body weight, just bring them down.
Yeah.
The end.
And isn't that that's a wrestling move, right?
The Cap does it too.
Oh yeah.
Not around the neck, but just like, let me bring up my whole body and just bring down the weight, and that's the end of it. Yep.
Yeah, so when she goes to help Mart, or was that before? Whatever, she's helping Mart, and she like knocks the trooper out that's in the vehicle, and it looked like he was on his tablet, and when she tapped him on the shoulder, he went like this, like hit it, like he was browsing Facebook when he shouldn't be. Like I'm
looking at porn.
Yeah, right?
God.
Yeah, it was like the reaction of someone who is not, doing something, being on their phone while they're at work. Oh. You didn't see nothing. That was just really funny. Poor Mart's droid got murdered.
Oh, I know. Well, that was a sweet moment too, because he's like, "Oh no," and it's like, zzz, and then they go through the scene, and like, Hera comes along. And he's like, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do," and they knock out the troopers, whatever, etc. But it's like it had that human moment of like, "Oh my God, this was my astromech, and like this is what happened to him," and he even says, "This is what he would have wanted us to do," and
he would have wanted us to help.
Yeah, exactly. It's always outside of the astromechs and the droids specifically. And I was like, that's right. That's what they do. They care and they want to do what they can. I thought that was cute. And like, also, he's sitting there like, and his droid is like, zzz, 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 zzz. And also, previous, even though Hera really did very, very well as far as like whatever combat, like at one point that one guy came up and Chopper was like,
yeah,
and just it fried him, and I was like, yeah, Chop, that's right. You're gonna take care of your mama. So
yeah, and it looked like Mart was still out of it from the crash, and the astromech was protecting him.
I'll fight you, Dad.
Like, no, fuck you, get out.
I'll save you.
Yeah.
No.
That was R3, right?
R3, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was an R4 unit.
I think he said R3.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, at least I didn't capture it, so.
Yes, that's a
that.
thing. Yeah, that Hera sacrificed herself so that Mart and Chop could get away. She doesn't give Chopper a choice. She shoots the thing. So
I know, because Chop's like
closes.
sitting there, like, no, I'm gonna stay here. And so like, no. Goes, and I'm like tearing up because because previously when she was about like getting a little bit on the like not being able to be defensive, he was like, I like, yeah, Chop, that's right, you protect your mama.
Yeah, and I mean that's basically the episode. The show's coming back in 2018. They don't have a month.
I don't want to wait.
I don't want to wait either. That ending was just so good. Like Kanan riding off. It's like, I want to know. Give me answers.
I don't want to wait. It's bothering.
Yeah, but like, what is he doing?
Yeah. What's his mission now?
I know. I'm like,
And it seems to be they're coming back with another double episode. Allegiance and One Giant Step Ahead are the two titles. So
okay,
it's looking like a double.
That's good to me. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
they've been doing so well with all of that. I'm super ready to go.
The hype is real.
He's still got a factory to blow up.
I'm like super. I'm gonna cry though, because I'm like, what's gonna happen to them? I don't understand what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen to them.
Well, I did want to mention before we close out. Even though it's a travesty of a video game with poor business practices, there are some references to our lovely Rebels friends in Star Wars Battlefront 2. So you got one bartender talking about like how she's like, I've seen Wookiees, I've seen, whatever the hell else, but like there was this one guy, I always said Carabas. Big dude, real strong. And then there was another character that apparently I guess was friends with Zeb that starts saying Carabas as well. That he's on who says it. So they referred to him, and then they referred to Ezra at some point where they were like, there was, I think they were on some like, I think Lando mentions it actually. Yeah. Lando was like, it's like, it's like just one of the people you're playing with. He's like, probably some kid I knew way back in the day. And the kid's just like Ezra. So they are referring to these people, our lovely Rebels people, in the new stuff. These, they're making it so these characters are remembered in some way. So I do appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Though, I mean, I don't know what that means or whatever, but
they have to incorporate as much as they can into canon and like make it make sense. I mean, at least for Rogue One, the easy way out of that was just to develop those characters and then kill them all. But I don't know about Rebels. We don't know who's going to die and who's going to live. And, like, it's like, oh, we don't know about these people.
Well, we do know Hera, Chopper, and Rex all are going to be fine. So
they make it. Yeah, they make it. Well, I mean, Rex will make it at least for an indelible amount of time. But Hera and Chopper, we know they make it at least for their
first... on.
Yeah, exactly. But it's I don't know. And that's what's like really depressing and like, oh my god, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna decide to do? And then going forward, now we're gonna have a live action Star Wars television show. So
seems like it's the place of this. I guess.
Well, it would be on Disney XD.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, they have live action shows on Disney XD.
No, I believe it's launching on Disney's streaming service when that comes out.
Great.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, okay, no. Actually, I say great, I roll my eyes, but it could be good because if you look at Star Trek, as much as I was very, very against CBS's All Access, it only being on there, the new season of Star Trek is very good and it is literally movie quality. The first, when I started watching, I was like, I feel like I'm watching a Star Trek movie. So that actually sounds like they're following that business model, which might work. Just might work.
Mm-hmm. It could, yeah.
I'm okay with that, really. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Works for me.
All right.
Yeah, so those things happened.
Mm-hmm. John, where can people find you?
You can find me at No More on Twitter.
Sam, where can people find you?
You can find me at Leia on Twitter and Instagram, more specifically. Yeah.
You can find me at Cleomoto, getting over a cold, and you can find all of us at ASO TV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, right here on Twitch or YouTube, whatever one you happen to be watching us on. And we have a Discord that I have been posting memes in. I have been exclusively posting memes on our Discord.
Thank God,
so if you want to see really dumb memes from all the shows we do, go. It's in the link somewhere on this, whatever you're watching. So bye-bye.
Bye. We're going to be a while for this show.
I will continue to post Star Wars memes. Those are fun.
Those are fun.
Best kind.
They're the best kind.